Here's a brief introduction on how to use a YesLaw Video Player with the synced files that we created for you. And in this introduction to the player, I'm going to show you how to highlight, mark clips, and annotate the synced clips. The first thing I do normally is I create a folder on the desktop where I know I'm going to place all the files for the sync that I'm going to work on. Minimize that. I go to my email, and what I did is I sent you a link in my Dropbox with the synced files. So I'm going to click on it. It opens up Dropbox. You might see something like this. You have open here and you have it open here. They both do the same thing. You have extract all for this zip, or show in File Explorer. If you hit extract all, it will tell you that it's too big and it won't work. And it says can't extract files. So that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it in File Explorer. So this window opens up and it shows the uncompressed version and the compressed version. What I'm going to do is to help save time, I compressed everything for you, unless you want to download everything one by one. So I provided this compressed file. Now, if I double click on it, it opens up the files inside, like the ones above, that are not compressed. But I want to extract this onto my desktop folder, which I created so I could start working on it. So I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to extract all. Now what I have to do is I have to find the folder, which I already did. It's on my desktop, and it's called the Rittenberg Sync. So everything's going to be extracted into this folder. Please note that this only works for a PC and it doesn't work on a Mac. So if you try extracting it or try playing the YesLaw player, it won't work. So now that we have extracted everything into this folder, this is where it is, I can close out my other windows. So I don't need Dropbox anymore, and I don't need the email anymore. I'm going to open up the Josh Rittenberg folder, and you notice that there's a lot of files inside the folder. Just leave these alone. These are actually different index files or text files that allow you to do trial presentations for these different softwares, but since we're using the YesLaw application player, we don't need to touch any of those unless you have your paralegal doing another software, and these help them use the sync in those programs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on the YesLawDVD. The player opens up. We're just going to hit cancel for now. And I want to point this out to your attention that we have these little side wings here. Mine are open, but yours might come closed. So without knowing what they are, if you see the video, hey, mine is different from that, just know that if you click these little arrows, they pop open and close. So it's so that's where they're located. So this is a transcript. This is the video. Traditionally, we would grab the transcript, mark it by hand, select some stuff here and here, and then look for it on the video using the time code here. And that's how we would cut the clips. But now that it's synced, it's so much easier. So let's say you're working on a transcript and you want to highlight something. So you grab whatever you want, and then you right click and you add a highlight. Now you can also use the highlight button down here on the bottom instead of right clicking, which is a little bit slower, but you can also change the color as well. So I can scroll down here, and let's say I want a question right here. I can click this color and then hit highlight. And we can do another one. this is the question and here's the answer. And then I can highlight. If you make a mistake and you didn't want that one, you could select it. You can either right click it and say delete highlight, and it's gone. Or you can select it over here, go to the bottom, click none, and then click on the highlight, and that disappears. Be sure to add the color back in if you want to highlight. Right click, add highlight, and it becomes highlighted. So supposing this is exactly what you want and you highlight it, it was for your notes. I can also make it a clip, which is probably what you want to do. I select what I want, make a clip. When I make a clip, it automatically brings it here, and this is the clip you made. So
here begins the video recorded deposition of Josh Rittenberg, MD, in the matter of Perotti versus Bradfield, venued in the Superior Court of the State of California, County of...
So it's the audio is reading it off from what you have here. But it also shows up here. These are the number of clips. This is the page and the line. It's the first one. You notice that everything disappears and it only plays what you have in the marked clip. To get back, you need to show full transcript or hit Control B. Now it comes back. If you want, we can delete the highlight so it doesn't show anymore when you play the clip.
Here begins the video recorded deposition of Josh Rittenberg, MD, in the matter of Perotti versus Bradfield, venued in the...
So let's stop that. Let's go back. So let's say we want more than one clip. And so I'm going to select this, make it a clip, and it comes over here. You could have a whole list of clips. So I just made that clip. The slow way of making a clip, as opposed to what I've been showing you, because I've been right-clicking it, is going down to the bottom, and you can also make a clip here. Supposing you want to, instead of just clicking on it and playing one.
When was the most recent time?
It's probably been...
Let's say I want both of these together. I can click on 3, hit the Shift button. So now I select a 2, and then I can merge the 2. The merge clip goes on top, and now you see the transcript have both of the clips that you selected. If I play it.
When was the most recent time?
It's probably been a couple of years, probably a year or two.
And how long did you have that position for?
So when you have a lot of clips, it can be kind of confusing. So you can change their name. We'll rename this one to, well, first clip. We can rename this one to or whatever you'd like to name it. We can call this Matt's clip, or even leave this the same as the merge one. If you make a mistake and this is not what you want, you can easily delete the clip right here on the bottom. So now you're left with all these clips. When you're in presentation, all you have to do is just click one, play, click
Good
2,
afternoon, doctor. My name...
play, or you can merge them all and have one complete set and just play all of them all at once, and they'll play one right after another. So coming back to making clips, sometimes it can be time consuming. You could start at the beginning and read through what you want, or you might have forgotten something and you you're here on this line and you're searching for something specific, like court reporter. So if you type in court reporter on the bottom, hit enter, then it'll go to the first word that says court reporter and it'll show up on the video. If you hit enter again, it'll go to the next word with court reporter on it. So that's a quick and easy way to find something if you're looking for a number and you're not sure exactly where it is, or you don't want to scroll all the way through. Let's say 2019. It'll go to the next word, 2019. And let's say you want to keep this, you can annotate it. That's what this annotate tab's for. So I have a little marker. I'm going to make an annotation, and I'll say Matt's note to remember. Hit enter, and it comes up over here, and I'm going to close that. So whenever I am playing, I can scrub through the video, listening, looking, and I say, oh, I made a note here, I want to go back to it. I double click it, it goes back to this annotation where I made the note. If you don't want it, you can delete it over here. So it's no longer there. So that's pretty much your brief introduction, and hopefully this helps. I'll also provide you extra information where you can watch, which are a little bit longer than this video, that have more detail. Also, when you're in presentation, you can hit this view show full screen. Then it'll fill up your whole screen for presentation, and you'll have your clips on the bottom. Don't forget, when you save it, everything will go into this folder, so just copy the whole folder into either a flash drive or hard drive or the computer that you want, and don't move any of the files on the inside, because then you can mess it up and it won't play correctly.